what's up? Just got a new toy here. So I took and traded my, back there on the shelf there, my Barrage 12 scale. And, you know, it was a good crawler. It was a good trail truck. Just wanted something different. It's hard to get parts for it anymore. I was using Red Cat stuff in it. I 3D printed some stuff for it. And it was great. Don't get me wrong. Love the truck. But I had an opportunity to get something that I really wanted. Um, and it's about a fair trade. So let me show you what I got here. This guy right here. It's an 18 scale Trx4m. Um, this guy here is pretty cool. Comes with a remote. Comes with 3 batteries, and it came with another servo because this one here is pretty much garbage. Took it apart here, and it's got plastic gears in there, and the center gear right here on the top, I forget which one they call that, is stripped out. So it was having a little bit of steering issues. I've already got the new one installed, replaced, and let me just show you a couple things about these guys here. So underneath here, they got these little clips right here. So you just push them in, and the body comes right up. Super, super cool design. Really like that. Probably going to eventually get rid of the Trax stuff here. I'm not really a Trax fan, but for now, we'll leave it in there. See how well it does, including the motor. Eventually, I'm probably going to put a Fury Tech in here. It just seems to be my go-to. I really like those. But I'll wait for a while because I know those are pretty expensive. So this one has a 87 turn. Okay, and I think that's about the same as what you get with a SCX24. And the batteries are a 20C, what is that? 750 milliamp hour. So that's not bad. That'll give you probably 20, 30 minutes runtime. Should be plenty for anything you need to do. Now, I really enjoy things being plastic. And it feels like everything, including the drive shafts, are plastic, I do believe. Now, I may upgrade some of that later, but I am a fan of having plastic linkages and things like that. The only one that I really worry about is up here in the front because those tend to bend, but the plastic seems good and strong. It doesn't seem like it's easily bent, so we're going to try it out for a while, see how well it does. And if it gets too bad, we'll change it out. Now, looking over on the truck here, I do see a couple of things that I want to change. I don't know if you could see in there or not, but I believe it has bushings. I'm not a fan of those. I will be changing those out, but we're going to start with a couple little things here. So I already ordered them, and I ordered a set of 4031. Well, here, let me just turn you around here and show you what I got. Here's a better look at the truck first. Just get a nice little look at him here. It's in pretty good shape. The shocks seem pretty adequate. Probably eventually change those out. I don't think they're oil filled, so I'm probably going to want something better. Even if they are oil filled, they don't feel fantastic. So I'll get to those eventually. Probably sooner rather than later. What else do I want to change on here? Basically, I'm just going to start off kind of small here, guys. So what I did was I ordered a set, turn that line off. I ordered a set of tires here, and I went with the Endura beadlock set, and then I've got a set of reduction gears there. That's going to take me down to 43.1 on our gear set. So these are Endura gears. My mouse over here. Those are the Endura gears. Here's the tires. So let's look at these real quick. I guess you can't look at them after you're done here. So that's what they look like. They got a gnarly look to them, so it should be really well on rocks. There's our gears, and actually comes under your pinion as well. So should be good for what I'm doing here. I do have to say that this thing came with another remote, which I'm not a fan of these, but I'll use it for now. When I change everything out, I'm probably just going to end up going with something different. I do have a cheaper remote over here that I like to use for my crawlers. It is a All-Star Hobby. It's a great remote, feels great in the hands. It's easy to use. Everything's pretty easy to get to on the top. The range is fine, especially if you're doing any kind of crawling. It's perfect for what I want to do. So I don't mind using the cheaper remotes. I'm just not a fan of Traxa stuff. They're not very good quality, in my opinion. And here's another thing too. Like if you're trying to do any kind of one-handed, it's just really hard to reach. I don't like the old setup that they have here. They've been using these for 800 years. I mean, when are they ever going to come out with something newer, something, a little more fitting for something like this to crawl around with one-handed? Um, I know a lot of guys don't do one-handed, but there are a lot of guys that do because they're either doing something else with their other hand or they're doing what I'm doing here, filming, whatever. A lot of people like to do that. Whether they put it on a channel or just like to film it, period, because it's just kind of grown like that. And I don't feel like that they kind of keep up with that. So that's my own personal opinion. I take it for what you will. Nothing wrong with the remote. I just think it's very outdated and needs a new design. And back to the body here. This body is pretty cool looking. It's a little on the beat up side here, so I may eventually get something different. Um, and I'm not a fan of this here. It's just a big plastic piece stuck back there. I mean, you could have put a tire or something, rubber or something back there. I mean, it's just kind of cheap looking. I don't really care for that. So I'm probably going to be doing something different with this eventually. But for now, we'll see how well it does. I do like the way that it performs now, but these tires have got to go. These tires are just your basic, let me throw something on the truck tire. Um, so I do have the ones ordered here, and we're going to start with the tires and the gears. Then I'll probably work my way from there, whether I'm doing ESC, remote, um, probably going to put some brass on this too. I got a set of scales over there, like little mini scales. I'm going to try to get my weight kind of balanced out here. I want to try to work something to where I can create a forward bias and then a rear bias if and when I want to, depending on what type of crawling I want to do. So it'd be pretty cool to take this guy to certain places and either compete with other guys or just, take it somewhere that has a need for a forward or rear bias. So I think that'd be pretty cool. None of my minis that I have right now are really set up like that. And I thought about setting that little guy up right there. So I just wanted to pop on here real quick, show you this, and I thought it was a really cool deal, and works out good for me anyway. Um, as far as the money back and forth, the Barrage is worth anywhere from 150 to 200 and something dollars, depending on what you have on it. Excuse me. I didn't really have anything fantastic on it. A couple hot racing parts, servos, which servos are cheap, the ones that I use anyway. So I didn't really have anything fantastic on it. And this guy right here is what it is. It's $150 or more or less, depending on where you get it from. It is used, but it did come with an extra servo. That's probably 15 bucks or whatever. The two extra batteries are probably what would be, a little more expensive, probably 20 bucks a piece. Yes, I thought it was a pretty close deal, and I just figured I'd try this out and see what I can do with it. So, what do you guys think? Any upgrades for this? Any good upgrades for it anyway? I'm looking to kind of maximize what I got here. I did that with that 6x6 back there, and it's phenomenal. So I want to do the same thing with this one and eventually that one too. So I do want to get to this guy here first and at least get a couple things on here to make it usable. Because with the tires the way they are now, I'm not going to get a whole lot done. And I figured the transmission would be another good place to start as well. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Any suggestions, any upgrades that you would do or you know of doing? Let me know. Just post it down below. Appreciate it, guys.